The agenda is on the sideboard. Today we are going to write in our planner. We're going to do our planner first. I'm going to write in our planner. I'm going to go over the warm-up, problem number 1, Wednesday warm-up. We crossed out Tuesday warm-up. Okay. Don't forget, please don't forget about the homework help videos. Afterwards, today, after we fill out that planner and go over the warm-up, I'm going to model for you how to identify angles when you have two parallel lines cut by a transversal, and we're going to go over those. Thank you, babe. And we're going to go over that stuff. Then we're going to do some guided practice on the whiteboards, and then I have some independent practice sheet that you're going to put in your interactive notebook. Okay? We all have to go to the restroom as a class because we don't have Miss Peoples. Okay? They need to hurry up. All right, here we go. Okay, baby. All right. Planner. Let's take that out. You should have, I put a planner thing on your desk. I need you to fill it out, okay? Because I'm going to take it as a grade. So there is a little sheet that has, yes, I need you to fill that out. Shh. I need you to fill it out, okay? Guys, those of you that do not have planners, I'm taking this stuff as a grade. Please raise your hand if you don't have one so I can give you a sheet.
Oh, no, I have it.
Yeah, I am.
I was like,
Oh.
filling it out.
All right, so let's write. You have your planner today? Okay. Jessica, you got your planner today? All right, let's do it. Check off. If you watched the video yesterday, check it off. Completed the homework, check it off. You went over your notes, check it off. If you didn't, don't check it off. We're on Wednesday. Wednesday is the 7th. We have Math 8 homework. Please watch help video. Please also complete the homework. Please go over your notes. We're go all over all your notes on angles and equations. Okay, because your quiz, we have a test next week. Next Thursday is our test on everything that we covered. We're ending this unit. The unit is on angles, equations, and the last thing we're going to do is inequalities and functions. That's next week. We're going to cover inequalities and functions. It's really kind of simple. It's nothing that's complicated with either one of those things, especially since we already know how to solve an equation. Now with inequalities, we're replacing the equal sign with the less than, greater than, less than, equal to, greater than, equal to. So we're following the same steps. Solving inequalities should be very, very easy for you, okay? Please go over your notes. All right. Okay, let's look at the warm-up, please. We're solving the equation. Remember, our first step for solving equations is going to be distributive property. So we're going to do distributive property first, okay? Distributive properties first. Nia, baby, I love you, but you're taking way too long, okay? You need to do a little bit better or we're not going to go, babe, okay? All right, distributive property is first. So we're going to distribute the 3 to both terms in the parentheses. Then we're going to distribute the 2 to both terms in the parentheses, okay? We have 3 times x. What's 3 times x? 3x. Then we have 3 times 1. What's 3 times 1? 3. Then we have 2 times x. What's 2 times x? 2x. Okay, good people. So we're going to, again, multiply positive 2 times x. That's positive 2x. Write this down. Tamir, I don't see you on the same page as myself, okay? We're looking at the warm-up, sweetheart. There you go. Write this down, babe. Then we got 2 times 2. That gives you 4. Bring down the equal sign. Bring down the 10. So distributive properties first. Where's your packet, baby? Take it out. I need you to write this stuff down, okay? If you need another packet, please let me know. Close your laptop, please. We're not on the laptop. I need you to close your laptop. All right, so now we're going to combine like terms. Isaac, the like terms here are 3x plus 2x. Take the sign in front of them. They're both positive, so you're going to add those together. What's 3x plus 2x? Very good, baby. 5x. Okay, I combine those terms because they're alike. Now I'm going to combine positive 3 and positive 4. What's positive 3 plus positive 4?
7.
Very good, sweetie. Bring everything down. Combine the terms that were alike. Now we're going to isolate the variable x. What do I do in order to get x by itself? Subtract. What am I subtracting?
5.
Nope.
7.
7. Okay. Remember, always get rid of the number that's not directly attached to the variable. So we're going to move the positive 7 by subtracting 7 on both sides of the equal sign. 7 minus 7 is 0. So we're left with 5x on this side of the equal sign. What is 10 minus 7? 3. Now, what do we do? Come on, Enrique, write this down. Do you need another packet, babe? Okay. What do we do in order to get rid of the 5? Very good, Aaliyah. We're going to divide. Excellent job. You did it. Let's divide both sides. Divide both sides by 5. Anybody else need a packet? Very good, Isaac. All right. So we're going to divide both sides by 5. Okay. 5 divided by 5 is 1. So we have 1x or just x. 3 divided by 5 is a decimal. So I'm going to just leave it as a fraction. 3 divided by 5. The fraction is reduced, so I'm good. Remember, in the calculator, if I want to make sure that my fraction is reduced, I can type in 3 divided by 5 as a fraction. I can press the math button, and I can press enter twice. Enter, enter. And I realize that my fraction is reduced as 3 over 5. Okay, so again, you could type in the fraction 3 divided by 5. That's how you type in a fraction. To make sure the fraction is reduced, you press the math button here. It's already on fraction. You want to keep it as a fraction. Press enter and then enter again, and it reduces the fraction. Okay, any questions? I need you to write this down. Pause for the calls so people can write. Enrique, do you need a pencil? Okay, did you write all of this down? Let's write it, baby. Okay, so we're going to go over these vocabulary words first. We're going to go over these vocabulary words first, okay? Here we go. You all got the wrong supply bag. They have yours up here. Nia, switch with them, please. Shh. All right, thank you, babe. All right, very first one. This is vocabulary words that I've already covered in our video. Let me use the right marker. So I'm just going to go through these again. It says a line that crosses or cuts a pair of parallel lines is called a transversal line. So this line, because this line cuts a pair of parallel lines, this actual line is called the transversal. A line that cuts a pair of parallel lines is called a transversal. Please label this line as the transversal because it's cutting these parallel lines. And remember, parallel lines are lines that are in the same flat surface, but they never cross each other. They never cross each other. Having the same measurement means that the angles or whatever the measurements, that's because they are the same, that means that it's congruent. If they have the same measurement, that makes them congruent. Those angles are congruent. The symbol for congruent is the little similar sign. This is a similar sign, and it has an equal sign underneath. That is the symbol for congruent. Bless you. Angles that add up, more than one angle that adds up to 180 is supplementary. Supplementary. We have angles in parallel lines cut by transversal. This line is the transversal. The angles that are on the outside, are called exterior. Exterior angles are angles that are on the outside. Exterior angles are those angles that are on the outside. Mm-hmm. Interior angles are angles that are on the inside. Those angles that are on the inside of a shape or on the inside of the parallel lines, those angles are interior. So these are your exterior angles. 1, 2, 3, 4. These angles are on the outside. Angle 1, 2, 3, and 4 are exterior angles. The interior angles are angles 5, 6, 7, and 8. These are your interior angles, the angles that are on the inside. All right. Angles that are on the same side of the transversal, okay, and also in the same corner, these angles are going to be corresponding. Corresponding angles are those angles that are in similar positions, angles that are in the same location, same side, same location. They correspond with each other. These angles that correspond with each other, I have to zoom out just a little bit so you can see the whole thing, are also going to be congruent. Corresponding angles are congruent. And I'm getting ready to identify them so you'll know. Okay? So these are the angles that correspond with each other, okay? We got, I'm going to give it the same numbers so you'll know. This angle corresponds with this angle. They are both in the top left corner. These two angles correspond. So that means that if this is 120 degrees, this angle is also 120 degrees. They correspond. This angle, and this angle, they correspond. They're both in the top right corner, same location. That means if this is 50 degrees, this one is 50 degrees. If this was 80, this would be 80. Okay? If this was 70, this would be 70. They correspond. They're in the same position. They're corresponding angles. That means they are congruent. This on the bottom. This angle right here on the bottom corresponds with this angle that's also on the bottom left corner. These two angles correspond. So if this angle is 50 degrees, this angle is 50 degrees. If this angle is 75 degrees, this angle will be 75 degrees. They correspond. Corresponding angles are congruent. And the last two that are left, this angle corresponds with this angle. They are in the bottom right corner. They correspond. And it only works with two parallel lines that are cut by this transversal line. Yes, babe? That's as zoomed in as I can get. And pause for the calls. All right, let's do the next one. We have angles on opposite sides of the transversal inside the parallel lines. Okay, so if they're on opposite sides and they're on the inside, they are alternate, that's opposite, interior, because they're on the inside. So they're called alternate. That's the opposite part. Alternate interior angles. Alternate interior. This is supposed to be an R. Alternate interior angles. These are your alternate interior angles. And remember, alternate interior angles are also congruent. Your alternate interior angles, this angle is interior, this angle is interior, and they're both on opposite ends. So if this is 75 degrees, this will be 75 degrees. They are called alternate interior angles. This is an alternate interior angle. This angle here and this angle here. These are alternate interior angles. So if this is 120, this is 120. If this is 150, this will be 150. They are alternate interior angles. Those are two pairs of alternate interior angles. Angles that are on opposite ends again, cut by transversal, but are on the outside. What do you think they would call them? Alternate exterior. Alternate exterior angles are angles that are on opposite ends. That's the alternate part. But they're on the outside. That's the exterior. So that would be these angles. This angle right here is on the outside. This angle is on the outside. These two angles are both on the outside, but on opposite ends. One's on the top, one's on the bottom. One's on the left, one is on the right. They are congruent. That means if this angle is 120 degrees, this angle is 120 degrees. If this angle is 150 degrees, this angle is 150 degrees. They are alternate exterior angles on opposite ends on the outside of the lines. The other pair of alternate exterior angles is going to be this angle here and this angle down here. They're alternate. One's on the top, one's on the bottom. One's on the left, one's on the right. And they're on the outside. So they are alternate exterior angles. That means if this is 50 degrees, this is 50 degrees. If this is 70, this will be 70. So on and so forth. Angles in the same side of the transversal inside of parallel lines are supplementary. So same side angles, these are a linear pair. Same side on the transversal inside, these are a linear pair right here. This is a linear pair. All of these are linear pairs. Are they trying to give me another? Hold on. Let me make sure. I mean, I don't understand. It doesn't even matter that they are okay, they just want to make sure you know they're on the same side. So we'll say same side interior. These are on the same side with each other. These are on the same side. They're same side interior angles. They're supplementary, which means they add up to 180 degrees. That kind of goes without saying. The other one kind of goes without saying too. They're on the same side of the parallel lines, but they're on the outside. These are same side exterior angles. These are same side exterior angles. Add up to 180 degrees, add up to 180 degrees. Okay? Same side exterior. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the main one. This is the most, probably one of the most important ones. The angles that are diagonal or across from each other, we already learned that vocabulary word. What are angles that are diagonal from each other and are congruent? What are they called? Starts with a V. Vertical. Vertical angles. Vertical angles are diagonal from each other. Okay? These two angles, they're diagonal from each other. Sorry, let me slide in. These two angles are diagonal. This is congruent to this one. These two angles are diagonal from each other. This one and this one. I'm going to put 2 tick marks here. See, these are vertical, these are vertical. If this is 120, these are, both of them are 120. If this is 60, this one would be 60, so on and so forth. These are vertical down here, these are vertical down here. We're going to put this in our notebook. We need to paste this in our notebook. The sheet that we did yesterday, we're going to paste it first. The stapled sheet of paper. This one, please take this out. We're going to do that one first. We're going to put that on page 17. This is page 17. The title of this page is going to be Angle Measurement Practice. Okay, angle measurement practice. Take your glue stick. We're going to fold this and paste this in. Yes, baby. I asked y'all that in the beginning. On the table, I told y'all, I said, raise your hand if you don't have a glue stick, baby. Go pick it up off the table, okay? This is page 17, okay? Paste this down on page 17, please. The little packet that we did on yesterday. Yes, babe? What you say? Nia, sit up, please. Nia, sit up, please. Come on, baby. Paste this down. Page 17. The sheet, the worksheet that we did yesterday, the little packet that you did with your group, paste that down as page 17. The name of page 17 is Angle Measurement Practice. Page 18 is the vocabulary sheet we just did. Q2. This is page 18. Angle vocabulary. Say again, baby. Oh, thank you. This is page 18. We're going to paste this page down on page 18. I'm going to pause to give you a chance to paste those 2 pages down. All right, here we go. Okay, good people, please put you have a marker, and you have the dry erase board. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, here we go. Y'all ready? So you can see the whole board. It's a little bit of a glare. All right, so we have two parallel lines. That means these two lines never cross each other. This is line A, this is line B. The symbol for parallel lines look like this. Two lines side by side. And we have line A is parallel to line B. That's what it looks like. That's what it means when you see something like this. It's saying that line A is parallel to line B. Please write that in. And then they tell you transversal line. Let's make the transversal line P. Okay, so now I'm going to number all of the angles. I have angle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm going to pause, give you a chance to write those angles in. All right, so now I want you to list all of the angles that are vertical. That's what you know first. Let's list a pair of vertical angles. What angle is vertical? Measurement of angle 1. Write the angle that's vertical to angle 1. Then write the angle that is vertical to angle 3. Write the angle that is vertical to angle 8. Write the angle that is vertical to angle 6. Okay? So you're going to write the angles here. That means those measurements are congruent. See if you can get those right. Don't you have the drawing? Ooh. See, y'all can't do that. You got to write when I write, because guess what happens? I can't zoom in and show the whole screen at the same time. So does everybody have this written? Yes. Ricardo, do you have this written? I'm going to pause for the calls. I'm going to have to zoom out a little bit, okay? What angle is diagonal from angle 1? This angle right here. 4. These two angles share the same vertex, and they are diagonal from each other. 1 and 5 correspond. They're in the same position. 1 and 4 are diagonal. These two angles are vertical, 1 and 4. So 1 and 4 are vertical. That means they are congruent. What about 3? Which angle is vertical? What is it? 2. 3 and 2 are vertical. What about 8? 5 and 8 are vertical. They share the same vertex. They're diagonal. 5 and 8. Or 8 and 5. What about 6? 7. 6 and 7. 6 and 7 are vertical. All right. Please make sure you put your markers back into the container. Take your hand and wipe this off, please, for the next person. Let's stack the boards in the center of the table, please. Put the supply bags in the center of the table, please. So it should go just like this. The boards are on the bottom, and then both the supply bag and these are on top of the board. Calculators, put those back. Calculators, put those back. Put your calculators back, please. Calculators back, please. Calculators back, please. Yeah, baby.
I had like 30 something last week. Now I got an 87 this week.
I'm missing calculator 7. I'm missing calculator 8. Thank you.
Shit, bitch.
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to
Come on, let's go. Let's go. Jump on the wall. All right, if you have 5 let's go. Harder, let's go. Let's go. Come on, let's go.
I have good influences. That means I'm gonna let you about trying to push that.
What is that?
Boy, no actually touching on that wasn't.
I don't.
I
That's like
no, that's better than you're doing because
Step on the wall. Step on the wall. Let's go. Let's go.
second of all, it would hurt me.
Let's go.
Because of the it's
It's bubbles.
That's your brother. Warm up, brother. Calculator and warm up.
That's your best voice ever.
What did he just say?
yeah, she was hey, good news for you. I'll be so you guys get a good chance most no, listen to this yeah, so Arabic.
All right. Come on, let's go. Pick up calculator. Stop doing that, please. That's not yours. Please don't do. Don't stop. Warm up. We're doing problem number 1 for the warm up. We're doing problem number 1. You should have your calculator.
Why are these desks